Hello, my crafty friends. This is Donna with My Artastic Life, and I am here to share my Halloween junk journal with you. This is for a swap with Junk Journal Junkies. In fact, this is my very first swap with Junk Journal Junkies. So let's get started, and I'll share with you what I've created. So I started out with a 6x9 envelope, and I layered silver tissue over it and just glued that all down with Mod Podge. And then I found this spider web tool at Michael's that I overlaid on top of the silver tissue. I then have this cute little doily here with these gold bats and one of these little trinket charms from Tim Holtz. It's a little skeleton crossbones here, and I actually tried to put some sparkles inside the eyes here. You can't really see it clearly, but there is a red tint in his eyes. For the closure, I was inspired by my Midori Traveler's Journal, and have just a stretchy elastic band here that is fed through the back into the back pocket, which if it seems too loose now, it can be taken apart and tightened, or it can be loosened up in the future if the journal gets too chunky. So opening up to our very first page here, I've lined the inside with some striped black, and it's kind of a cream or off-white color here, and the stripes go this way on this side, and purposely I did the stripes going in the opposite direction on the other side. Here I've created a pocket on the first page. Inside of this pocket we have a file folder. If you take a white gel marker or chalk pen, you can write on there, you can put photos in there, and that's just done on black cardstock. So moving on, we have some stamping that I did. I took a black doily that I had at Michael's, or from Michael's, and cut it up and put it in the corner here. Some black lace trim that I put on the bottom. On this side, and you can probably hear my little Logan in the background here, so please excuse him, I have a rub-on of a skull. So on this page I have a pocket with a mini journal inside. It says spells, and I used the Steampunk Spells Graphics 45 paper to create this, and this is just some cardstock that I had. Inside, the pages are blank. They are parchment paper. And I used one of my Big Shot dies and just folded it in half to create the little book here. I did staple it in the center, but I always like to take this eyelash trim, lace, or whatever you call it. I just think it gives it a really fun accent. So we'll put that back in. On this side here, I have a pumpkin, also done on my Big Shot. And it's a tuck spot, and I'll show you that here. You can just tuck right inside of there. And I have a couple little bats on this page. Moving on, I have a skull on this side, which is also a tuck spot. And this skull was from a goodie bag that I glued onto some black cardstock. And then I sealed it with some varnish, some gloss varnish. On the next page, I also have another tuck spot. I added in another skull here. This is from one of the Etsy shops, and I cannot think of the name at this time, but I will include the link in my description box. But I also glossy accented over it. I glued it to some black cardstock and created another pocket here. And I've just added some more pockets or tuck spots here. As you can see, make sure I'm in frame. And I've done a lot of coffee staining, but I coffee stained white paper, and I used 28 weight. But I also used more parchment paper, and I did coffee stain some of that parchment paper as well. So on this page, I just have some gears that I've created another tuck spot with. And this is more of that Graphics 45 Steampunk Spells paper. And this is the die that I used to create the little book that I folded in half. And that's done on parchment paper. I just kind of inked up the edges, and I added a rub-on here. And put over some more of that paper that I used to create the cover of that little journal. This page I didn't do much to. I really liked it, and I wanted to leave it blank. It's kind of framed in. I used some Lindy's Stamp Gang, and I just love the color. It's actually this one right here. And I sprayed that, and then I inked the edges up with some Distress ink. I believe it's Walnut. And on this page, again, I used some Lindy's, and this one, I forget the color, I don't have it handy, but I added a little bat that I cut out with my silhouette, some more trim, and again, I inked it up with the walnut stain around the edges. And here I've created another pocket. Have a little tag in here. Again, you can write on the black with white gel pen, or well, anything you like, or I'm leaving it up to the person who gets the journal, and I really hope they enjoy this as much as I enjoyed making it. And this is some more of that tulle that I got at Michael's, and I just adhered it to some black cardstock, created the pocket, and this one looks like a blood splatter. Another image that I cut out with my silhouette. Inked up the edges of this page. And this one's just kind of blank to write on, do what you like with. Again, just inked up the edges on this page. This is the center, and what I did was I cut out another file folder, and I sewed the inside and then glued the edges to create another pocket here. So, hope you can see that. I did some stamping on this page. I have some more lace trim. I have some tags that I cut out that say trick or treat. Another rub-on that I put on this page here. So there's lots of room for journaling and writing. This one I used one of my Big Shot dies to do, I believe this is one of the on the edge dies to do the fence. And then I cut out the tree and the bat with my silhouette. I really like this one. This is part of the Graphics 45 paper, Double Double, Toil and Trouble, Fire Burn, and Cauldron Bubble. And I cut out a little cauldron with my silhouette. And some more lace trim. And this is the other page I did with the Lindy's in that pretty kind of turquoise color where I inked up the edges around it. I like this page, another on the edge die here, which creates a little tuck spot or a little half file, you know. Yeah, my mind is a blank. Anyways, it's a tuck spot. And it says Happy Hauntings. I have a little black flower there with a pretty little rhinestone bling. Over here I have some more of the dies that I cut out, the gears, and these create another tuck spot. And the ones on the back are adhered completely down. And on this page I haven't put it on yet, but I have a just a black matte photo mat that's going to be adhered to this page. You can either put a picture on it or write on it with a white gel pen. This is another image I cut out with my silhouette. I love the little cat and the stars. Came out really nice. Another pocket, that was what I was thinking of, that I created from one of the pieces of paper from the Graphics 45 Steampunk Spells. This is another one of the images that I got off of Etsy. And It's another little pocket there. A little photo mat or journaling space. Over here I have a pumpkin sticker. I really love this stamp that I used. I found this last year, and I want to say I bought it in December, and it was on sale at Michael's. So this is the first time I've actually used it, but it's a pumpkin. You have a ghost and the bat for the mouth, witch's hat, the skulls are the eyes, creep up the stem. It's just really neat. Scary, spooky on the sides. I really love the way it was put together. Lots of images used. Some more stamping, my caution stamp, little apothecary stamps, elixir and tonic. And finally coming to my last page, another one of my die cuts for my big shot, and it creates a scalloped pocket. I've adhered one of these creepy, sparkly black spiders to it, and on top it says Happy Halloween. Here I've created a little key to go with the lock that I've created for the final pocket. This was much larger, and I just cut it down and adhered some bling to it that I actually kind of roughed up to make it look more like it was part of the silver here. And the closure is done with Velcro. I have some washi tape here, and it opens up, and you can see where the this elastic band ties in. And this is where you can adjust it, make it tighter or looser. And that's the end of the journal. I really hope that whoever gets this journal really enjoys it. It was a ton of fun to make, and I look forward to making more. I really enjoy making journals, and I do offer custom journals, and I will be placing them in my Etsy shop. For those of you who want to check it out, my Etsy shop is Gifted Energies, and I have a lot of different things like crystals and things that I sell in my shop. So I will talk to you soon. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.